guys, you may think that you have listened more about the terms, for example, camera apertures, shutter speed, ISO. What are these, and what effects do this have in the your camera image? So if you want to know these types of question, then yes guys, you are in the right place. I'm Satish Banerjee, you are watching Informative Saint, and let's start the video. Guys, first of all, we will speak about the camera aperture. Guys, see what the camera aperture is. If I say in a very simple way that the camera aperture is the opening of your camera lens. The more wider the camera lens will be, the more light will it can gather, and the image will be more and more better. Now the camera aperture normally is identified by f slash the digit that you have. See, as the digit has been divided, so lesser the number will be, the more better you can capture in better way. So normally in smartphone we say that f.7 is better, and you can get that f slash 1.7 is much more greater, means the opening is much more greater than f1.2, f1.9 and more. So that's why we say that yeah, the lesser the aperture, the more camera will be better. Now what does this affect? See guys, the more aperture, the value of the aperture will be more and more, and it will affect your low light photography. As you know that in very low light condition, we need the camera hole to be more and more bigger, so that it can gather more and more light. So the better aperture will be, the better will be the low light photography. Also you may know that what the depth of field is. Depth of field is something that, for example, you have an image captured and you want that whole background should be visible. So for that, what the aperture is needed, and if you want that the specific part of the image should be there and everything will be blurred out, that you might have seen in the portrait mode of different smartphone and in different cameras too. So what that depth of field means and how the aperture is useful. So guys, see depth of field, there are two types of depth of field. One is large and one is small. In large, what happens, the picture that you capture, everything is in focus. For example, you have gone into an adventure and you want that you have captured something like water, there is a mountain somewhere, lake, and you want to capture an image. So you want that every part of the image should be in focus. So for that, what you will do, you will take a lens so that it has a very small opening or small aperture. For example, f/16. So what will happen, you will get a image that all the items in the objects present in the your image is visible. So guys, this is how you can gather information and capture an image. But if you want that only a small part, that is the vote will be visible and everything will be blurred out, then what will do, you will take a wider more opener aperture, for example f1.6 or f1.2. As here you can see that the guitar is only visible and everything is blurred out. So it is done by a much more wider lens. So guys, this is how the aperture works. So guys, you have understand what the aperture is, and to make you understand the shutter speed and your ISO, we will move it to the device itself. Normally I am using smartphone, that is Moto G5 Plus, and I will make you understand how these two things correlate each other and how these two things work in low light photography and in daylight too. So with this click, we will move to the device. Hi guys, we are back into the device, and today we will understand what the ISO and what the shutter speed is. Guys, this column is the shutter speed and this is the ISO as you are looking, and these are something different. This is focus, this is white balance, and this is the exposure level. I will tell you in the later part of the video that what are these. Guys, first speak about the shutter speed. Guys, see what the shutter speed is. Guys, normally what happens, that normally when you press the shutter button, what will happen, it will capture the video, but the more and more amount, it will take some time to capture the video. But the more and more amount that it will take the time, what will happen, normally it will let the camera lens open for that particular amount of time. For example, if I put something value in this, is 1 by 15, so it is giving a timer. You can, it will be something like point something, but 1.3 means it is more greater than 1 slash 15. So what will it do? It will just increase the amount of time, or the lens opening time, so that it can gather more and more light to it. Another thing that happens is that if I increase the shutter speed, there will be a noticeable lag, as you can see, because it is taking it is taking more and more time to capture one and one frame. So when I'm moving the phone rapidly, what happens, it is just blurring the effect. But if I decrease the shutter speed, as I have done now, see, it is much more smoother than the previous image. So we have to implement and take its value such that we get the perfect shutter speed value, and in low light photography it works very well. For example, see, there are two lights. One is there is a tube light and there is a sable bulb. There's an ample amount of light in this room, so I have to decrease the shutter speed to a limit. For example, I do it 130, and I am getting a perfect shot and a very smooth shot if I want to capture a video or something. And also normally shutter speed is used whenever you are using a moving object. For example, if I rotate the fan, what will happen? For example, let me do that. First of all, let me increase the fan. Guys, see, the fan is rotating. Okay, if the image will be shown like this, but if I increase the shutter speed, you can see, and if I want that every part of the frame should be visible, see, the image it is like, see. So you are getting, guys, that more in the speed is, and if the object is moving very rapidly, then in that case it helps. So guys, this is how the shutter speed or it works. But now what the ISO level is, guys, ISO is represented by image sensor. It is a value which you can see that 100, 200, 400 is very much value. So it is determining the how the your camera is sensitive to your light. The more lesser the value will be, the less sensitive it will be. So guys, if there is an ample amount of light, and if you want that, yeah, I have very much light present and I want my camera to be less sensitive. For example, I want to focus this. See, if I decrease the ISO to 800, not 800, 200, see, now I am getting much more detail of the wall too. But if I increase the ISO to higher level, you can see that the details have been decreased. But you can manipulate the ISO and the shutter speed to get the best shot. See, but remember guys, one thing I want to mention, that more and more sensitive your camera will be to the light, the less and less detail that image will have. Means the more and more noise. If I capture the image of this and just want to focus the sofa, and I have to capture the video, and if I see, the light changes value, and if I capture this, you can see much more detail between these two objects, and this is happening because of the ISO level. Now see guys, what I'm doing, let me decrease the light. One more. Now guys, you can see that there is only a small opening from the room, and rest all the light has been decreased. Now if you want that you should get a very good image out of this, what I'm doing, I want my camera lens to be opening for much more time, so I'm increasing it at the highest value. Then I want my sensor to be much more light sensitive, so why I'm increasing it to the higher value. Now guys, you can see I have an ample amount, means I can still see my tube light. So guys, this is how it works in the manual focus. Yeah, it's true that we will not get the correct image, or it will have a much more noise in the image comparatively, but still low light condition, you can see guys, it's almost. And see guys, when I am putting my camera into the direct opening of the hole, then you can see you just can't normally see the video. So what I am doing in that case, I will decrease the ISO, decrease further, reduce the shutter speed, and guys see, I can get a perfect shot out of it. Okay, still it's blurred out. I'm again decreasing, and now I'm capturing the image. So guys, this is how your shutter speed and camera lens works. So guys, I hope that you have understand the video very well. So guys, that's it. Understand what is aperture, what is ISO, and what is shutter speed. So guys, if you like this video, please like the video and please subscribe the video because it's completely free. And if you want to make more video like this, then please hit the subscribe button. So guys, we will meet in the next video. Till then, bye.